Family, how are you doing today? I have had some people coming on my channel, giving me some facts, and I've also been I went over to Facebook yesterday, actually, and so I figured I would look up the facts myself, which is something that I normally do. I mean, I knew sort of the extent, but I wanted good numbers. All right, and it's amazing. So if I'm looking over here, I'm sorry. I actually put together notes and wrote down some bullet points of some things that I didn't want to forget to say because I wanted to do this right, or right-ish, as right as I can do. I don't know. But anyway, okay, somebody told me that there were 24,000 or something like that deaths from the regular flu last year. And that was actually wrong, but that was wrong on a lower number. The actual numbers for the 2018-2019 season were 35.5 million sick, 16.5 million, 16.5, yeah, 5 million people going to healthcare providers, 490,600 hospitalized, and 34,200 deaths from flu and influenza last year. Okay. According to the Worldometer, today, at this moment, we have almost doubled the number of deaths in 2 months. So you can sit there and say, oh, it's not even as worse as as bad as I'm sorry, English, not Englishing. You can say it's not as bad as it was last year. We've almost doubled that in 2 months. Imagine if we hadn't started being safe about this when we did. Okay, especially the hot spots. I understand if you're not in a hot spot, but it is seriously highly likely that somebody's going to be leaving a hot spot, even if it is going from to another job somewhere, and it's a legitimate travel, whatever. They may pass through your town and stop at the store that you go to get gasoline on the highway, some coffee, some snacks. They're feeling great. Don't know that they're carrying it. They've been carrying it for a week, and they're feeling great still. They don't know it, And that's one of the biggest things, is that, you can carry it for up to 2 weeks and not know it. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. I think it was 19 days is the largest number that they know of somebody being tested positive for it, until they finally had symptoms and knew that they had it. They were like, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel great. I felt great, Anyway, in the United States, there are 999,390. We've almost hit 1 million. Coronavirus cases that we know of in the United States to this moment. 56,175 deaths in the United States. This is just the United States I'm taking these numbers for. 137,000 recovered, which means that there are a lot of people still in the hospitals. 999,000 cases, 56,000 of them are dead, and only 137,000 of them are back out on the streets again. Think about that. How many people were and with these numbers, the amount of people that actually got it and were hospitalized was a much huger difference than that. This virus can, yes, attack your lungs. This is the part that we know about, okay? But also it can create blood clots in your feet, which travel through your blood system up to your heart. Okay. I know somebody that almost died from a pulmonary embolism. He had got a blood clot in his vein from kneeling on something and hitting something at work. Almost died from it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure there were surgeries involved. All right. You know, that's not something to not be serious about. And you know, and back to what I walked into, mostly with some of my conversations I'm seeing on Facebook. I'm over there on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God, how can you people think like that? You know, it's a totally different world over there. You know, someone told me that explained it as being the place where lizard people talk to flat earthers. You know, I mean, it's just, and I go over there and I'm like seeing this and I'm like, wow, okay. So someone was saying, we're all going to get it anyway. We might as well just get it and build our immune system. Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay. You can probably die, for one thing. You can probably die. It's high, whether you're healthy or not. Okay, only 80% of them, 80 something, a little bit higher than 80%. Only 80% of them had pre-existing illnesses. Okay, there were 20% of people that died that were totally healthy before they got this. Okay, and I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be anybody. I don't want to hear about anybody dying from this day forward. It's going to happen, but I would just rather it didn't. Okay? You can get it and get over it, and you can get it again. It's a known fact. Everything that I'm knowing, I have heard from doctors. Okay? Doctors talking about this on, you know, on the news or whatever. People who are known doctors too, not just doctors that are in a doctor's office and learned a few things. They're geniuses too. Don't get me wrong. But known doctors, when they're saying something, their reputation is on the line. All right. And yes, the asymptomatic carriers, I already covered that. They, you know, the people, and you can be one of those too. If you go to that store that certain traveler went to, you know, you could have it for like up to 19 days after that, and you could pass it along to everybody that you know. Okay, just like I've said this many times on my stuff, talking about it and everything. I remember hearing about a lady that was like talking, like somebody was talking to a lady that was in her 90s, and this is like way before all this started. This conversation happened and all that, but she remembered her entire life regretting that she brought the Spanish flu back to her pregnant mom. Okay, and man, would you like to be someone that lived your entire life? I mean, there are worse things than dying. Okay, there are worse things than dying. You just imagine being the one that lives your entire life healthily, remembering that you killed somebody that was very important to you. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just, and yes, it's about how quickly it can spread. For one, because of the asymptomatic carriers, and then also how it can live on a surface for quite a while before dying. And one of the things that can kill it is having it in direct sunlight, if it's a hot day, a nice warm day. But when you're carrying it in your body, it's living good, or on your body, even on your, It lives really good on a surface of a skin and stuff like that because it uses oil to protect itself. Okay, that's part of what washing your hands helps, plus also you're washing it off your body, rinsing, and it gets caught up in soap, and I don't know. But anyway, even if they start talking about, that sometimes I worry about them maybe taking away the social distancing too soon, because I really don't want to see a second wave is going to be big. It's going to be big time if it happens. Seeing any numbers, if they're talking about they want to see some planing and maybe a possible dip, but seeing any numbers, they're talking about new cases, and even if they're planing or if they're going down, there's still new cases that they're getting. It's still out there, and all this is just kind of, it's depressing. And I usually like to be the beacon of light on my channel and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just wanted to spit some facts out, and I'm not going to spit on you because that would be wrong in many more ways now. But no, that would just, I figured I would, and that's what I do. When I want to know about something, I'll do some research on it, and I'll pass what I found out along. That's why I just, with Vanlife and with with doing YouTube and all that stuff, I learn. I might not do it right, but I learn what is good and stuff like that. But that's I believe that's all I had. Worldwide, there have been 210,214 deaths worldwide now. That's terrible. That's that many people died. Think about it. We were so upset about the Twin Towers falling. And look back at how many. I actually probably should have pulled that up. Why is this? But anyway, if you ask me, one death is too many. And I definitely want you all to survive and prosper and do better and be happy. If anybody remembers the Roaring 20s in the United States, I believe that we will get back to normal. I believe that we will overcome. I believe that everything will be over and we will be stronger and we will enjoy life so much more. I mean, think about it. The Charleston, the Roaring 20s. Look at some of that stuff. That was after the Spanish flu. And we overcame. And that was what happened. So, thank you very much if you've watched this far. Thank you for watching my channel. I don't know which one. This is probably going on Nomad Unbroken. I don't know. You're awesome. Live free. Live for the now. And always chase your dreams.